I will. Thank you.
This video is sponsored by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Video Series.
Good morning, everybody. Cruiseman here. I am leaving Lake and getting ready to, you can see this on my back seat. I'm getting ready to take a little road trip out to West Texas to see my brother, which I do every year. Usually in the month of April because it's cooler, but this year, timing did not work in my favor, so it's probably going to be a little warm, and by the end of the day, it's nice right now. It's about 85 degrees, no wind. It was really windy this morning on the way here. A thunderstorm had come through early this morning, and it is now gone. Yeah, that's much better. I relocated my highway pegs. Much better. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome to Cruiseman's MOTOVLOGs. I am going to be trying something a little different today. I'm going to use Waze to route myself to West Texas. I know how to get there, but I'm just going to try Waze because I've never used it. So this will be my first time. I'm going to pull over up here and set it up. Well, I may have failed to mention in my previous segment that this is Memorial Day Sunday. I was a little concerned about the traffic getting out of Dallas-Fort Worth, but apparently it's pretty light this morning, which is good. It's like a typical Sunday. I'm hoping that most people are doing their holiday driving maybe yesterday or Friday and then again on Monday, so maybe I'll get lucky and Sunday traffic will be pretty light, because getting out of DFW on the way to West Texas is the worst part of the ride. It's usually heavy traffic, everybody going very fast, and just kind of a stressful time. So if it's like this all the way, we'll be in good shape. It's a beautiful morning, a little bit of wind, but not too bad. 84 degrees. I am using Waze. It's warning me that there's a vehicle ahead on the shoulder, and it's giving me the opportunity to let it know if it's still there. Not sure how far ahead. It says 0.1 miles. I guess that's what it means. So I will update the app. I don't see it. I don't see a car on the shoulder, so I will try to figure out how to update it. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm not a big fan of this little keypad that Honda has. I think a joystick might have been a better solution.
A few moments later.
Well, we made it to Interstate 20 headed toward Weatherford. I'm on the other side of Fort Worth now. Traffic wasn't really too bad going through Dallas-Fort Worth. It wasn't bad at all, actually. But there's quite a bit of traffic on the freeway today, heading toward West Texas. We'll see. One thing I just discovered about this Sena helmet, this Impulse helmet, is because of there's a little like a chin guard or barrier here. I guess it's to help keep wind coming up underneath the helmet. but that keeps me from being able to get this. For some reason in this Sena helmet, I keep getting a message in the speakers that says intercom failed, try again later, and I don't know what's causing that. I'm gonna have to Google it when I get to my brother's house, because it's driving me crazy. It's like every 10 seconds it gives me this audible message. I'm not trying to use the intercom, and I don't know how to turn the intercom off. So I'm trying to figure out how to get my Camelback water hose into my mouth, because it won't go up underneath and it won't reach if I go down through the face shield. So it is kind of an issue, I guess. I have to figure out a way around it. Maybe I'll have to get rid of this little curtain under here or something, because I have not been able to figure out how to get this other than raising up the I guess I could raise this up and get it under there. That worked. Not ideal, but it did work. So we're just now coming into Weatherford, Texas, and that'll be the last major city until we get to Abilene. I usually stop in Eastland to get gas, and also in Sweetwater. I might try just making one fuel stop today. I'm going to see if I can go a little farther, maybe make it all the way to Abilene without stopping for gas. We'll see. I'll give it a try. We'll see how it works. Okay, I made it to Eastland, Texas, and I decided to go ahead and stop for gas. I've only got about 63 miles left of range, and I think I could have made it to Abilene, but honestly, the wind is beating me up so bad that I just decided it might be a good time to get off the bike, walk around, maybe have a drink, water. Since my Camelback is kind of difficult to get to. Sorry, there goes my microphone. It is pretty darn windy today. I'd say we've got about a 20 to 25 knot wind coming out of the south. Am I going to be able to get off here, or did I get too close to the... I thought I got too close to the pump. I think I'm going to try this again. Give myself a little more room. That's better. Okay. I'm going to take my helmet off and fill up. Somebody left their gas cap. Hope they come back for it. They probably won't figure it out until they get 250 miles down the road. So gas here is about a little cheaper than home. It's $3.15 a gallon here. And I think I pulled it out too soon.
That's what she said.
Try it again. I've been stopping at this Maverick Travel Center for probably the last 10 or 12 years. Whenever they built it, I think I started coming here the first year they built it. And it's a pretty decent place. The bike is riding nice. The foot peg, highway pegs that I repositioned are much better than they were riding home from Tennessee. They're a little bit higher up. I can kind of bend my knees. Now I use an app called Fuely to track my gas and my mileage. I'm not sure if any of you use that app or any other mileage tracking app. Well, the bike, when I looked at the bike, it said I was only getting about 34 miles to the gallon. Let's check it with Fuely, and I think I trust Fuely more than I do the bike's computer. I just now have 1,094 miles on the bike. $3,149. Here, yeah, it says I'm only getting 35.3 miles to the gallon. I guess that's because of the wind. It's very windy. And so I'm bucking that wind. Part of the way I'm bucking it head on. Most of the way it's kind of a front side wind. So not getting good mileage right now. Well, I'm done with my bathroom break here at Maverick. And had a good drink of water from my Camelback, and I'm ready to get back on the road. I still have maybe 230 miles to go. I am using Waze, which I think I mentioned earlier. So far it's working good, no problems. I still haven't done my radio presets on this new bike. I need to do that. See if I can get my foot over this seat without scarring it up. It's not easy, but I did it. You can see my footrest here. I can bend my knees. Okay, on to Midland. We have a full tank of gas. I do need to reset my trip meter. So I went 135 miles basically on that last leg. And we still have a couple hundred miles to go. Just want to make sure I got everything. I think I did. Weather right now, it's about 87 to 88 degrees. It's not hot, it's just very windy. And the wind is what really takes a toll on me. I'd almost rather ride in rain than wind. So today we're on Interstate 20 heading to Midland. Not my favorite ride. It's a boring ride. It is a, it's just an interstate. Usually a lot of semis. Once you get closer to Midland, you get a lot of oil field trucks. Speed limit is about 75 most of the way. I usually ride 75. Some people obviously go 80. I'm just okay with going 75. You could probably hear the wind. Even if I close my face shield, it's still pretty noisy. And I've got my windshield all the way up and it's still windy. Well, I stopped for gas again here in Sweetwater, Texas at a Murphy, which is part of Walmart. Actually, this one's Walmart. Had a little more drink of water. Still getting a pretty stiff headwind. Mileage on this last leg was about 36 miles to the gallon. Still not great. Hopefully it will improve on the way home, but you just never know. I am hitting like a 3/4 wind. It's kind of hitting me like this across the front of the bike, so it is basically a headwind. I am testing out Waze on this trip, and so far I'm pretty happy with it. I have lost connection a couple of times. The headset somehow is disconnected from the bike. Even though I got no message in the helmet that I was disconnected, I noticed the screen turned off. It takes about 5 minutes for Carlin Kit to, I guess, re-poll the system to see if there's a headset. And after about 5 minutes, I was able to, it did reconnect, which was good. Okay, let's go to Midland. Next stop, Midland. I'll stop for gas at Kent Quick there near my brother's house, and then we will head to his place. So I am about 87 miles outside of Midland. I just left Sweetwater where I got gas. And you'll notice my Insta360 X3. You'll see, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but the screen is on and it has shit the bed again. It did this to me on the way to Tennessee. It basically just freezes up. It's about 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the middle of a recording and it just locks up. You can't stop the recording, you can't turn the camera off, you basically have to pull the battery out. When I got back from Tennessee, I contacted Insta360 about this problem, and they gave me a couple of suggestions. So what I did is I actually replaced the battery with a new battery. I replaced the SD card with a new SD card, and I went back to a factory reset of all my settings, and I made sure I had the latest firmware. So I've done everything I'm able to do, and it did it again. It froze up on me again. So I'm gonna say there's either a problem with the firmware or there's just a problem with the camera. I've only had it about a year, and this is, I think, the third time this has happened to me, where it just freezes up and basically kind of screws up my video. So I don't think right now I'm going to be recommending this camera to anybody. I bought the X3 with my own money. They did not send, actually Ricky bought it for me for my birthday about a year ago. So I've had it a little over a year. But I'm going to contact Insta360 again. So I'm not doing real good with technology, except Waze is working pretty well. Can't complain about that. And the Insta360 Ace Pro, I think, is working. I hope. We'll see when I get to my brother's house. Very windy today. I'd say we have 30-mile-an-hour winds hitting me from the left. It's 99 degrees right now. It has been as high as 100. So, hot and windy, which is typical West Texas, I-20. This is what I was trying to avoid. I was hoping, I missed it by about a week. It was only about 80 degrees last week. And now the temperatures have shot up into the triple digits. And we are now in the bustling metropolis of Midland, Texas. And I'm getting ready to exit my last time. It's about, it's down to 97 degrees. Fortunately, it's not very humid here. It's pretty dry. I'm going to stop up here at Kent Quick, which is where I always stop before I go to my brother's house to fill up with gas. One of the things I do on all my road trips, I like to, at the end of the ride, before, sorry, my Waze keeps interrupting me. I like to stop before I get to my final destination and fill up with gas. That way, when I get ready to leave, usually the next day, in this case I'll be here a few days, but before I leave my brother's, I can get up early and just hit the road. I don't have to stop and get gas, so I always like to fill up when I get to my final destination and clean the windshield and, you know, look a little more presentable. Pick up a couple of bottles of water. The Camelback did great, by the way. I love it. I put a little ice pack in there to keep everything cold. It kept the water cold for me. I just can't get it up under this helmet. Okay, so I made it to Midland. I'm gonna fill up, call my brother, let him know I'm here, maybe pick up a couple of bottles of water, clean the windshield, and then we'll be on our way.